This show is proudly brought to you by the #Me Network.
You know, so I've been bringing myself good and proper consoles in the last 4
how about
months.
that in Australia not breaking the law?
Fiddles in a technological three-way.
Lifting up the
Get too
skirt.
excited.
Yeah, before bloody 80-year-old ladies
War
are
of the
stopping
year.
you in malls asking you to sign their boobs.
Welcome along to Gamecast, the Trans-Tasman gaming podcast, brought to you by #me.co.nz in association with thosegamers.com. I am V8 Matty.
I am Fid McAwesome.
And I'm just plain old Ben.
Ben, what a boring name, buddy.
It's only 3 letters. Backwards, it's Neb.
How are people
True.
going to remember that name?
There was once a very gentle bear with the same name.
There you go. I'm a beer. I do love beer, so there we are.
There was once an uncle with the same name who got shot.
Ooh.
It's getting better.
I don't know. I would have stuck with the friendly bear. If you want us to shoot you, then we can. It can be arranged.
Oh, are we going to start maybe a sort of a Jackass style show as well then?
Oh, we could reenact some of our favourite gaming scenes that involve shooting Australians.
Sounds good, yeah. So we'll start a show maybe if we're aiming at Australians instead of bogans, it's yobbos. So
Yobbos.
That's what I was just thinking. So basically it's just going to be Mad Max.
yeah, but maybe instead of Jackass, because we can't use that, maybe we'll call it Yobbass.
Yobbas.
Yeah. Welcome along to Yobbass.
Hey guys, later on in the show we've got a giveaway as well before we get into the Gamescom news.
Oh, I've already entered 100 times, so hopefully I'll have a good chance.
Yeah, well you got the heads up beforehand, so...
I did, so I've been putting in entries before anyone even knew they could put in entries.
So we're giving away a copy of God of War 3 on the PlayStation 4.
I don't have a PlayStation 4, Fed. We're going to have to rethink this.
Yeah, and I've already got a copy of it, so I don't need it.
I do have a copy of it already as well, but that doesn't stop me from winning it and then putting it on Trade Me and converting it into cash.
So listen in later on and we'll tell you how to win that.
Yeah, who's it from?
That's thanks to PlayStation New Zealand.
PlayStation New Zealand. There you go.
Yeah. So
Thank you,
fine,
PlayStation New
folks.
Zealand.
Yes, thank you for your hospitality.
So last week, Gamescom.
Gamescom happened over in Cologne, was it?
Yeah, Cologne in Germany.
It smelt good.
Yeah, I put it on every day too, but I didn't see any gaming news in the morning.
No? Oh, you must be doing it wrong.
Yeah. There you go.
So Gamescom, what was it? It was a whole lot of trailers, a lot of games and trailers we've already seen.
Yes. And Gamescom, I saw a bold statement from Gamescom too. I think it was on their website. The largest computer and video games trade fair worldwide.
Ooh.
Oh.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought E3 has that claim.
No. E3 has a massively the amount of people at Gamescom is way bigger than E3.
Yeah, but no one makes the breakthrough announcements at Gamescom.
They did last year.
Yeah, no one's announcing a new console at Gamescom.
No. I'll give you that.
No, it seems to be a bit of a marketing ploy, I think, really.
Yeah, everything's the biggest.
And I mean, are they looking at how much area they used up or the number of people through the door, the number of companies that had announcements, the number of announcements themselves? You can always stack a bunch of statistics to work however you want.
You can, yep. That's right.
Yeah, well, I'd say they're going off the amount of people walking through the door because it was only like 300,000 people as opposed to 50,000 at E3. And the big difference being that Gamescom isn't just for industry and media. The general public gets to go along to Gamescom.
There you go.
Imagine having the general public
I know, right?
at your
Yeah.
event. My God.
Yeah, but the funny thing with E3 is that whilst the general public can't go, you can buy a ticket as an attendee, and there are lots of people who show up there who were attendees who I don't think appeared to have any relation to the gaming industry other than playing video games.
Yeah.
But still, yes, Gamescom open to the general public. I don't know if I want to go to shows where I have to mix with the general public.
Well, it's actually funny you say that because with Armageddon Auckland, it's now the biggest event for gaming in New Zealand, would you say?
Yeah, to be fair, it's the only gaming event in New Zealand, but
Yeah.
it is the largest, yes.
Yeah.
So they
So-
can make that
Yeah,
claim.
that works.
So, like last year, we went along to the media day, which is the night before it opens to the public.
Yep.
And then we made the mistake of going to the public day the next day. And I've sworn that I'm only doing media day this year so I don't have to deal with the swarms of people.
Oh, it was ludicrous trying to wait in line to play a game, wasn't it? It was crazy.
Mate, you're doing it wrong. You need to have that media pass hanging around your neck and you don't have to wait with the heathens. You just go,
No, you just rock up to the front of the line and go, "G'day, mate. How do we get a look in here so we can put it on the old interwebs and stuff for you?"
Yeah, I did do that at the Call of Duty booth. It worked quite well.
I did it on Mortal Kombat about 3 times.
Yeah.
It's the only way to do it.
And old, what's his name? Jake the Snake is coming to Armageddon this year.
Oh,
Is it?
yeah.
Jake the Snake. Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Actually,
I'm a Hall of Famer, Fid.
if we pull our money, I think $30 gets your photo with Jake the Snake for like 4 people can stand in it. So there you are. It's like $10 each.
There we go. Done.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'll get him to sign my moob as well.
I'll get him to sign one of my 1980s cards I've still got.
How cool would it look if you had a Lenovo Y50 signed by Jake the Snake?
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
The Y70 looks good. I'll just throw that out there.
The Y70 does look good, doesn't it?
That's only just coming out for sale. Yeah, that's bloody good, isn't it?
And they haven't got it available here in New Zealand yet, but you Aussies have got it already, Ben.
Yeah, at a introductory price of $15.99 AUD, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there's some differences between the two because the Y50 gaming laptop has a 4K screen on it, a UHD screen,
Yep.
and the Y70 only has a full HD. But to be fair, it is a IPS display on the Y70, and on a laptop, you know, you're not going to get the same, you know.
Yeah,
playing
it's
in
a bit of
4K,
overkill having 4K screen, isn't it?
It is. 1080p is perfectly fine, and with the they've upgraded. So the Y50 had the 860M NVIDIA card, and the Y70 has the NVIDIA 960M.
Yeah.
So gets that upgrade and minimum of 8 gigabytes of RAM, but the top end model has 16 gigabytes of RAM with a 500 gig SSD. So plenty of power there.
It's an i7, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 So hopefully we get the a nice sweet price for New Zealand as well.
Yeah, hopefully we will. And if we're really lucky, we may even get the odd promo code to give out to a select few.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So back onto Gamescom. Any announcements that excited you guys?
Xbox, for me, just came out and tore the house down, didn't they, really? They just went nuts.
So what was their
much.
big announcements?
Oh.
Well, it's just about everything there. There was a big announcement was Xbox.
That's right, yep. So they announced up to 100 games have the backwards compatibility for Xbox One when that comes out this year.
That's
later this year.
November that kicks off.
Yep. So that'll be good.
So they've got there are 100 games in the library when it comes alive. They've got publishers like Bandai Namco, Bethesda, Warner Brothers, Square Enix, and also with the games with gold, free games on the Xbox 360 will be available as backwards compatible straight away for Xbox One when they come out as well for free.
Yes, so that'll be fantastic.
Yeah. Free games. Woo.
Yeah, love free games.
So you only get those if you've already previously owned them, though, don't you?
No,
Yeah,
not the games with gold.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, I get what
Get
you're
that
saying.
for free on the 360 and you can get it for
Transfer
free.
it over.
Play it on Xbox One.
Yep. Sorry.
Yep. We had... Oh, there was the one, it wasn't quite part of Microsoft's announcement, but it came via ID at Xbox and with Dovetail Games. They, I think it slipped under the radar, but I was like as excited as Shane Warne when he sees a blonde in a bar.
That's pretty damn excited.
His own reflection.
Oh, yeah, I was starting to bar up. So I'm a big fan of the Microsoft Flight Simulator games, and Dovetail have come out and said that next year the new version of Dovetail Flight Simulator, which runs on the Microsoft Flight Sim engine, will be coming to not only Windows 10 but Xbox One.
Oh wow!
Do you have all the crazy controls and stuff for a flight sim?
Well, this is the thing. We don't know too much about it, so will it be dulled down to just work with a controller? If so, that's probably going to be quite lame, but it would be awesome if they, with Microsoft talking sort of keyboard and mouse type support for Xbox One as well, sort of keyboard joystick with Xbox One would be awesome with Flight Sim.
I guess playing it through Windows 10 would be the best option then.
Yeah. So there you have it. That's going to be...
what do you fly on those?
Planes.
Thanks,
yeah.
Rick.
Not a problem.
There's a wide range. So you get like your basic from your little light aircraft like your Cessnas and whatnot all the way through to your commercial jets. So like your Boeings and whatnot, you can fly in there. I remember back in the day I downloaded a patch for an F-15 Eagle and flew that across Australia at the speed of sound.
Well, I do that on Grand Theft Auto 5 quite often.
Well, there you go. There you go.
It's almost exactly the same, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, very similar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right trigger, left stick, and you're away.
Yep. Yeah, that's how pilots fly planes too.
I figure.
Yep.
It can't be that hard. I mean, some of these pilots you see.
These days, all you need to know is how to switch on autopilot.
Yeah. I mean, it's just basically you put in your destination in the sat-nav.
Yeah, that's right.
And then hit the fly button. Yeah,
that's right. And let's face it, sooner or later the planes will be flown using Google Maps probably anyway, so be all good. Yeah. So anyway, so we've got that, and then, I mean, there were lots of other good things coming out of Xbox, wasn't there? There was...
They made the announcement that Xbox Live is going to be available for the HoloLens.
Wow.
That one was sort of wrapped up in another announcement, though, but it was saying that the HoloLens is being part of the Windows 10 ecosystem. All parts of the Windows 10 ecosystem will get Xbox Live.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? I mean, how does that incorporate Windows?
I think the big thing with that is it means that like all of your gamer points and all your credit is going to be able to cross from PC to Xbox to HoloLens.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So we're assuming there's going to be separate software for HoloLens.
I would assume so. It's going to be a very specific device to develop for. I don't think it's going to be the sort of device you're going to be able to just port any old game straight over to. You'll be able to use it for a virtual screen or something like that, but that'll be about it.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with that.
Yeah.
What else do we got? Oh, DVR for TV is coming to Xbox.
Yeah, if you don't live in New Zealand, that's awesome.
Yeah, yep. So for the foreigners, you'll be able to record TV on your Xbox One.
So have Australia got that feature yet?
Don't think so.
No, that's only coming out when it does come out. It's only going to be North America and Canada.
Okay.
I think at launch when it first starts up. I think that was all the only places getting it to start with. So, I mean, we don't even have the TV tuner here in New Zealand, so we're going to be a long way off.
I believe it does work in New Zealand, though, if you import it from overseas.
The Aussie one? Or okay.
Any of them apparently house the same capabilities around the world for it to work.
Okay, so there's nothing regionally specific about them.
No, because doesn't it? All it does is basically take your terrestrial signal or something, so it sort of can support any of them.
It's a digital tuner, so I imagine the frequency ranges are perhaps different in regions, but I don't know.
Nah, it's good to go. From what I've read, I've seen some forums of Kiwis using it.
Oh, wicked. And then all we have to do is change the location country thing on our Xbox.
Yeah.
Just like we had to before the voice controls were available here.
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
I had to pretend to be Australian.
Yeah. Or if you just maybe wanted to try and get a cheaper price on a game.
It does happen.
It does, yes. $59.99 US equates to less than $120 New Zealand.
Certainly does.
Anyway, before we start encouraging people to buy from another region, we got the limited edition consoles that Xbox announced too. Halo 5 Guardian console.
That's a good looking console.
Does look very nice, doesn't it?
It does.
Yep, 1 terabyte hard drive in there too.
Pretty blue lights and custom sounds.
Custom sounds, got to have your custom sounds. Yep.
I still think I prefer the Forza one myself.
Yeah.
Over the Halo.
Yeah, but you just bar up for anything that's car related though, don't you?
Oh, I suppose.
Yeah.
I won't try and deny that.
Yep. And I don't know if it came out at Gamescom, but it was around that time anyway. Microsoft announced that the entire Gears of War collection will be backward compatible with Xbox One as well.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you buy the new one, you get all the old ones as well, don't you?
That's right, yeah.
You get the whole pack.
They're saying, I think, through till, was it the end of the year or something like that? Or sometime next year?
There was some sort of a time frame on it, but hell of a deal.
I'd be surprised if they didn't just turn around and I imagine it'd be popular, so I'd be surprised if they sort of stopped offering that deal.
I think that's a nice way of looking at it too, of doing business. If you've got the older games, clearly people aren't buying those much at all anymore when the newer ones are out, so why not just include them as a bundle like that? I think that is a huge incentive for someone to buy the new one.
Especially if it's a story-driven game, which to understand the game, you need the arc of the previous games as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is the first one, isn't it? Gears of War Ultimate Edition. But is it? It is the first one, isn't it? It's a remake of the first one.
I've never been a big Gears of War player, so...
Yeah. But I mean, you play it either way. You're going to play it. You think, oh, should I like that? I'll check out the other ones, and you can, which is really good.
So there's a heap of trailers during this event for games that have already been previously announced. I don't think we got any new announcements that were stand out.
Not so much. It was pretty much TrailerCom.
Yeah. So was there any ones that excited you guys? Mad Max was a good one.
Mad Max looked really good. The Star Wars trailers looked epic as well.
Yeah, Battlefront looks mean. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would give up my eyesight and my ability to walk if I could just play Battlefront right now, and then that'd do me.
So when's release of that?
That's some commitment, Ben.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
A blind man that can't walk.
Yeah, so EA, if you're listening, if you can give me a completed version of Battlefront to play right now, I will trade you the game for my eyes and my legs.
Whew. Those are some pretty eyes you've got there, Ben. I can see them on my monitor.
Yeah, there you go. So, how's that for a deal?
Yeah, I loved the Mad Max one myself. I thought it looks like it's actually going to be a decent game.
Yeah, I mean, it looked all right, but I've never been a fan of Mad Max.
It looks a lot like GTA in the desert.
It's an interesting game to play. It's kind of open world, but admittedly you're in like a desert, so the open world is a lot of desert, and then you get to a fort or a stronghold, and you take that down, and then you move on. So there are aspects of it that I like, and then there are aspects that I'm still not convinced on. So it's one of those games that I want to play just to find out how it all comes together.
Yeah. Tony Hawk's got to see a decent amount of Tony Hawk's and what it's actually going to look like. The return of Tony to the console.
I missed out on seeing Tony.
I didn't see Tony.
It's looking pretty good. Doesn't look as glitchy and horrible as some of the previous skating games that have come out in the last couple of years are. So it's nice to see the franchise back.
That's good.
They're going to have they're calling it like a familiar controller setup, but now that we've got more buttons and features and controllers, they've added things in that are just going to make it a bit better to use.
A little bit more refined.
Yeah, refined. There we go.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Lego Dimensions was another one that got me excited as well, but I think that's just because I'm going to be able to be the Doctor in Gotham. In Gotham.
Yep.
In Gotham.
There you go.
You're going to be able to take... I don't think it's been previously announced until this week, was you're going to be able to use any character in any world.
Oh, no, that's been known for a while.
Okay,
Yeah,
I hadn't really noticed that before.
Yep, you'll end up with like bloody Gandalf in Scooby-Doo and all sorts.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to this game.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good fun.
Yep. Crackdown 3 looks pretty massive.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah.
What? It's an Xbox One exclusive. And they're saying that they are going to utilize cloud computing
Okay.
to give 20 times the processing power than what your normal Xbox One could do alone.
Wow.
And it's going to be, it's open world, but it's like in a city and everything is destructible. So you can knock down buildings, which will knock down the buildings next to them. The entire place you can destroy.
Nice. I like that.
So do I. It looked great watching buildings all come down.
Mm. Does that stick? So you go and play next time and your buildings are still down?
Oh, I don't know. I guess it would have to put them back, wouldn't it? Or you'd run out of buildings.
Yeah, do you want to... Yeah. I mean, because if you go that hard and you destroy everything, you're just going to be walking around in a massive pile of rubble eventually, aren't you?
Yeah. So I'd
'Cause
say
let's face
they must bring them back.
anyone playing a game like that where you can destroy shit, people are going to just destroy shit.
Yeah.
The shit is going to go down in a big way. I mean, that's how I would play. If you tell me I can destroy everything, I'm not leaving anything standing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, that's why games like Grand Theft Auto do so well. It's because you get to just run around being a bloody unit and smashing the shit out of everything.
That's right. If someone says you can go hook up with a prostitute, I've got to find that out for myself.
Yeah, no matter how many times you've seen it on YouTube.
That's right, yeah. Because how do we really know?
That might not happen on my console. Let's give it a whirl.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, reminds me of when I was a kid when I'd hear the football score before the game was on, but I'd watch the game just in case they decided to lie to me for once.
We're not going to talk about rugby.
No, we'll move on.
Hey, Matty, I've got one thing that was sort of announced at Gamescom, and you being a Call of Duty fan, so the guys at Call of Duty or Activision or wherever have confirmed that all competitive Call of Duty game playing will now be done on the PS4.
Yes.
Woo!
So Sony's throwing all their chips at this agreement or this partnership with Activision.
Ah, well then you've got Xbox getting right into the Halo 5 esports.
Yep.
Yeah.
$1 million competition.
Yep.
So I think maybe they've looked at the Call of Duty game going to PS4 and they've had a huge steamy poo.
Yep.
And said, well, fuck, we need to do something here. So I think the Halo 5 esport is just a big reaction to losing Call of Duty.
Yeah, because if we I remember there at E3 they said that there was that announcement where they said Call of Duty is the new home.
Yeah.
That PS4 is the new home of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And we're all like, what does that actually mean? Because it's still coming out on other consoles. But
I think this is what it means, obviously.
this is what it means, yeah.
Yeah, all competitive gaming will be done on the PS4 and all DLCs will come out on PS4 first.
Yeah, so very interesting there.
Hey, while we're on the esports, did any of you guys follow the Dota 2 championships this week?
No, I saw a lot of people geeking out to it on Twitter and stuff, but
The money that they're throwing around in this thing is ridiculous.
I don't get it. Probably get paid out for this, but I just don't get Dota at all.
There's something like $18 million. It was nuts. And prize money.
Yeah. Some of the world's richest gamers are Dota players.
Yeah, I've never played it myself.
I just don't get on with those games.
To be fair, I've never attempted to play them.
I've tried in the past, and I just don't enjoy them.
Yeah.
Not my sort of game.
No, I'm in the same boat. Unfortunately, for the fans of those games out there, you're not going to get much of it out of us.
No.
No, I'm sorry. So that was possibly the only time in Gamecast history, past and future, that you'll ever hear Dota mentioned.
All right, what else do we see at Gamescom? Some more
Quantum-
Metal Gear Solid.
Quantum Break as well. With
Break, Xbox One.
actors and people and the dude from Game of Thrones and the dude from Lord of the Rings and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, apparently the game is going to be accompanied by a live-action TV show that's going to launch at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Did you know that?
No.
There we go.
Hopefully I haven't made that up.
Hopefully I read that somewhere.
But yeah, I mean, we're not going to see Quantum Break until April of next year, so it's still a fair way away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the new trailer for Assassin's Creed where we got to see a bit more of the twins.
Syndicate, yep.
Yeah. I think that game looks intriguing. I think the storyline's going to be pretty amazing for that particular title.
Well, the last one was boring as ass, wasn't it?
It was, but Assassin's Creed tends to do that. It's like they get have a good title, the next one sucks, then they release another one, then the next one sucks.
Yeah.
You know what? I was thinking about this the other day. I actually quite liked Assassin's Creed Unity, but like every other Assassin's Creed game, I've never actually finished it.
This is a good point. I don't think I've actually finished one either.
I don't know the full story of Assassin's Creed because I've never played all the way through a single one of the games.
Okay, I got, was it Unity or the one previous to that? I got sent to review. And I actually went back to play some previous titles because I got confused playing it because all of a sudden I was in a game development studio on the game and I was like, okay, what the hell's going on here? Is this game actually about Ubisoft?
Yeah. I kind of every time I go to play an Assassin's game, I've got to go on Wikipedia and read the backstory so that I'm up to speed. I kind of get into them and then my enthusiasm wanes partway through, and I'm like, I'm kind of not a lot's happening. There's too much grinding. No.
Yeah.
Next. Yeah. But Syndicate does look good. I think. I feel like it looks good. It kind of plays pretty good. So let's see what happens when it comes out in a few months.
I think, to be fair, with Gamescom this year, I wasn't as excited as I have been for previous years. But I think this is my first Gamescom as a PlayStation owner again. So I was a bit disappointed we weren't getting any big Sony announcements. So I didn't really get excited by anything.
Yeah, well, they just backed right away, didn't they? They weren't even there.
Yeah, well, they're waiting for Paris, apparently.
Yeah.
You'd have to wonder if Gamescom is the biggest and they get close to 500,000 people through, why wouldn't you want to be there?
Yeah, it's a bit of an indictment on the show, really, isn't it?
What does Sony know? Or is something going on behind the scenes and there's a bit of infighting at the top or something?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
We need to dig.
Yeah, well, I think the next big event is Paris, which is in October, if I'm right. Yeah, 28th of October is Paris. When's Tokyo?
No idea.
Ooh, good point. Tokyo Game Show. Tokyo.
We're all furiously
This is the
tapping away
sound
at
of
keyboards.
people typing.
What do we have here? 2015 Tokyo.
Was it racist?
Oh, no, there we go. That's September.
9th, yep, September.
September.
So Tokyo's next, and I wouldn't mind picking they'll be there, being a Japanese company. So that'll be where we get our next big announcement, and I reckon that'll be where we see the VR from them.
You reckon?
Finally announced as a consumer version.
Do it at home.
Yep.
Could you imagine if Sony didn't show up to the Tokyo Game Show?
Oh.
Imagine that if they were like, you know what, we're not going to bother.
Yeah.
That would be huge.
You start to wonder who these game shows are for when companies are deciding they're just not going to go.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. Ask Nintendo, they do it on a regular. They don't even turn up to E3 anymore.
Yeah,
No.
they had their stand there, but they didn't bother making any big announcements.
Yeah, they do it all pre-recorded video.
You could spend all night blowing Nintendo and they wouldn't turn up to breakfast.
No, that's right. Yeah, yeah. I can't believe that they're still able to make consoles.
Yeah.
Do they have like a Fort Knox like vault from that they built up from when like the NES and the SNES was around that they're just slowly whittling away now?
Well, there was some news leaked about the Nintendo NX recently.
What's
Right.
an NX?
This is the console they're currently developing.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
They've admitted they're working on this, but Square Enix announced the Dragon Quest series and have said that they're working on this for the NX. So it's the first game that we've actually heard that is for the NX, which also means that there are developer kits already out there for the NX. It sounds like it's done and dusted. They know what it's going to be able to do.
I
Why is the internet not clamoring to find out?
Because Nintendo are really good at keeping their doors closed.
Yeah, to everyone.
Yeah, this is actually the truth here, is they don't have the same leaks as what Xbox and Sony do before announcements. Nintendo have just had an amazing history of keeping really quiet about what they're working on.
It's
Yeah,
more death threats to the staff. And
Well, they don't work with a lot of third-party companies either.
it's because no one wants to develop for it.
By the sounds of it, this one might be worth developing for, because Dragon Quest is currently being developed for the Xbox One and the PS4, and they're developing it for the NX as well, which means it is capable of playing the same games that we're getting for the other big two.
I think by the time it comes out, it's going to be called the Nintendo DGAF, standing for Nintendo Don't Give a Fuck.
Well, I was thinking it was going to be the Nintendo LDE.
LDE.
Yeah, the Nintendo Last Ditch Effort.
Yeah, it probably will be.
Yeah.
And then we might get an announcement that Nintendo and Sega have merged to bring out a console.
Oh, Sega have tapped out a long time ago. There were rumors for years that we were going to get another Dreamcast.
we'll get the Nintega.
Yep. The Nintendo Dream 64.
Oh, it sounds like a beautiful thing.
Or the 60 cast.
The 60 cast.
Yeah.
You got to say that in Australian accent. It sounds good.
Yeah, bring it out. I'd buy it.
So for our Aussie listeners, they've got PAX coming up.
PAX is coming up in a month, 2 months' time, isn't it?
October the 30th.
Yeah, the week after Armageddon for us.
PAX Australia. Twitch is going officially for the first time.
Yeah.
Big Australian indie game showcast will be happening there as a showcast, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the thing is, it's going to be showcasing New Zealand indie developers as well. So it's developers from both sides of the Tasman.
No, that's not true, because you know what's going to happen if there is any successful New Zealand indie developer
they'll
over
be claimed.
there. They'll be claimed.
They'll be out in the car park, but they'll be there.
Yeah, no, they'll be just claimed as Aussie.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, bloody
come
Aussie.
in, mate.
Yeah,
This is our cousin from Didgeridoo. Don't to give a fuck.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's the week after, as we said earlier, our big one, because we haven't got a game convention anymore. Armageddon, which is the week before PAX.
Yeah, lots of good stuff coming out at Armageddon too. They haven't announced their full lineup, but having a look at what's confirmed so far is coming to Armageddon, plenty of good stuff. Get ready to wet your pants with some of these. Lego Dimensions.
Yep.
Marvel Avengers.
Are these going to be playable?
Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Turtle Beach, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, and just a little known title by the name of Star Wars Battlefront as well.
You were breaking up a bit there for me. I lost you.
I got the last one. The last one was the important one.
Yeah, I got the important stuff there too.
Yeah.
I happen to know that there is one particular blue console brand who is going big this year.
Do tell.
That's as much as I know, bro. I've been told he can't tell me anything, my friend within the blue walls, but he has said it's going to be huge, and they're going large this year.
Nice. Oh, I might finally score a free PlayStation.
Maybe.
Tell you what, you go grease up the blue side, I'll go grease up the green side, and we can both get a console from either team.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, well, I can't tell you too much. I give away my arguments, but
there you go, listeners. So, look, if you really want to support Gamecast and help us with everything we do, just send us like large bottles, like industrial-sized bottles of lube, because we do really need it just to grease up for the
Yep.
for what comes behind the scenes.
40-gallon drums full of Vaseline.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
It's hard work whoring ourselves to these big companies.
Yeah. No, it's not whoring, it's showing the love.
Yeah, that's right. It's sharing the enthusiasm and the drive that they need to be successful companies.
Hey, we love gaming long time on any platform except
That's
Nintendo.
right. All I need is a happy ending.
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
And I'll buy the game. Oh, yes. I'll
Yep.
buy the game.
Exactly. Nice. All right.
So we still have this game to give away
We do.
Yes.
from the lovely people at PlayStation.
What's it called again?
It is God of War 3
God of War
remastered.
3. God of War.
So how are we going to do this? We've made them wait for the whole show of our ranting and messing around.
I think we should give it away.
Let's just do it.
What do we say? They have to send a tweet to at hashtag Radio NZ and at those gamers.
Yep.
With what?
Tweet either of us and just tell us you want the Gamecast game.
Yep.
Yep.
I think that's easy enough.
Nice and simple.
We'll randomly select one of the entries and let you know who wins next time we
show.
record. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. And just before we depart too, if you're looking for new games this week, there's a little game out now called Submerged, which is interesting. PS4 exclusive title. Very emotional type game where no story is revealed at the start. So a sister and brother in a world that's mostly flooded. Brother is injured. She goes out to find what do you call it? First aid tools and whatnot to get him going. And every time you find something, it reveals how they got there. And it's a bloody riveting story told through flashcards, which bloody draws you in pretty well.
Is it available now, is it?
Available now as well. Yep, that's exactly right.
So you were playing the game I was talking about on our last episode as well. I got
Journey?
a message. Yeah, I got a message from you the other day saying that you were quite impressed with it.
Oh, Journey. Journey was brilliant. It was from start to finish 2 hours that was well spent. It was just brilliant. It's so sort of mysterious and...
Did you see what I meant on our last episode when I said it just sucks you in that game?
It does. It's quite the term. I thought it was quite spellbinding. Really,
Yeah.
It was
spellbinding.
Yeah, it was just. You just can't explain it. You just need to play it, and you sit there and you think at the start, oh, I'm not sure, and then 2 hours have gone and it finishes, and you go, shit, that was good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that was interesting. I've got a game I'm reviewing at the moment called Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, which is from the Chinese Room who bought us Esther 1.
Yeah.
So I've just started playing that. Too early to give definitive thoughts. Sort of open world game in a town where everyone's gone. Something's happened. You're not sure what. It's got some quirks to it. So it's supposedly open world, yet most of the houses you can't go into.
Yeah.
And you find at times an invisible wall. So you might see like a gate that you think you can go through and you get to it and you just can't go forward.
Oh, well.
But in saying that, I have been playing a preview version and the game's just come out now. So maybe that was a glitch that's been fixed.
I've been playing Limbo myself on the PS4. It's a free one if you're on the PlayStation Plus. If you got a PlayStation Plus account.
Limbo.
I tell you what, bro. This one here was a 5-star game by most reviewers, and I can see why.
Yeah.
Amazing game. It's beautiful to look at. It's full of action, and it's only a black and white game. It's quite amazing.
Black and white?
Yeah.
What?
I highly recommend if you're on PlayStation, download this. It's free at the moment.
Okay, there we go.
And between now and the next show, I'm going to have a crack at Elite Dangerous and report back on that.
Nice. I have. I should have finished reviewing Rory McIlroy PGA Tour Golf, but my Xbox crapped itself, so I'm still waiting on a replacement.
I started playing that and I had visitors and I've never got back to it.
I didn't mind it. It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's just more of Tiger Woods, but I think the controls are a little bit more... there's a bit more flexibility with what you can do. It's a bit easier to do.
Yeah, 3 different types of controls, including an old classic style power-up meter.
Yeah.
The old 3-click swing.
That's right.
I quite like the 3-click swing, actually.
Yeah, I'm quite a fan of that as well, as opposed to the whole
Yeah, I find the analog...
swinging the stick.
Yeah, I'm no good at keeping that one dead straight. So I do like that. But yes, I do need to get my Xbox back in order to review that.
What have you been doing to your Xbox consoles, mate? Because you seem to be going through them
This will be
faster than...
my third one. Yeah.
Third one.
Yep, the first one just kept getting stuck on the load screen, and then this one just returned an error message one day, and I looked it up. Turns out that a system update didn't fully apply itself and caused it to not be able to boot up, and it's obviously done a really good job of it because there's supposed to be... You can do an offline update by downloading onto a USB stick.
Yep.
And even that fails. So...
Oh, jeez.
Xbox has bricked my Xbox.
Yeah, you're doing something magical because I don't know anyone else who's had those sort of problems.
I know. I'm the unlucky man that bloody... Yeah, maybe I just play it too hard.
Yeah, maybe it's the enthusiasm levels.
Yeah, you know how it is. You're sitting there all alone in the dark and you're going hard and you get too excited and it's all over.
Spilling chips and beer everywhere.
Yeah. You wake up wondering what happened and then you look and your console doesn't work.
Oh, fantastic.
All right.
Hey, can I finish on one note before we wind this all up? I think we've all done this throughout this episode. Do you remember, Matt, we interviewed Millie on #radio from KiwiCast. They were going to be doing their fundraiser for Christchurch.
Yep.
And it got cancelled, sadly.
Oh, did it get cancelled?
It got cancelled at the last minute. However, if you keep an eye on their website, kiwi-cast.co.nz, they are getting ready to announce their
comeback?
Their comeback, the event that they are going to be having. We've actually been invited along as well to do a podcast from the event as well. So maybe we'll be there.
Wow, where is this event happening? Do we know?
This is all to be revealed on their website. I think it'll probably be revealed on the weekend.
All right.
Yeah, so make sure you keep an eye out. This is an awesome cause. That's gamers getting together to raise money for a good cause.
Yeah, Rise Up Christchurch was what they tried to do.
Yeah.
You can follow KiwiCast on Twitter at Kiwi_cast.
Yep, and their
on
website,
Facebook as well, Kiwi-cast.
Yeah, the website is kiwi-cast.co.nz as well.
Yep.
So make sure you check it out and let us know if you think we should head along and do a podcast live from the event.
That's right. Give us some feedback. Hit us up on Twitter at #RadioNZ and at those gamers. And if there's a game that you want us to have a go at, let us know as well. We'll see what we can do.
Awesome. So that's it.
That's us. Thanks for tuning in. See you.
#me.co.nz